Welcome back to Whiteboard Wednesday, folks. Mike Cromwell, your co-host.
Brian DeVault.
They've gotten pretty advanced these days where emails that look completely legit, I've gotten to the point where I don't even click on a link in an email.
Yeah, that is a great point. The hackers, the stuff you saw 2 years ago was like, hey, send me your password, click this link. It was really obvious. Now they've got the artwork and the graphics embedded in them. They use these advanced email campaigns. And I mean, they'll land an email in your inbox that looks exactly like your service provider would format one. Good rule of thumb is keep in mind, your IT people, nor will any reputable software vendor or technology vendor ever ask you to click a link and type in your password. That will never happen unless you've initiated a password reset or something like that. But just good rule of thumb, if somebody's asking you for something via email, don't give it to them.
And it's even getting into SMS these days.
It is.
I was talking to an industry colleague who specializes in cybersecurity. Telling me about an attack on a fairly large, about a $50 million business where it was through a lot of research, it sounds like, knowing who the people are in the business, and then formulating a text message that looked like it was coming from the auditor, asking for a certain type of information. And they were able to drain a fairly large amount out of their bank account because the information looked legitimate.
Yeah, I heard about a similar one where it was a phishing attempt where somebody got looked like an Office 365 password reset. They clicked it, they put their password in. The attacker then went in and then they had a list of every contact that they had with phone numbers and everything. So they put themselves as a contact entry in there that said, Mike the CEO, and then started texting all the colleagues from Mike the CEO, where it appeared as though they were, that was a legitimate contact, asking for them to wire money and do things like that. So yeah, it's out there, it's prevalent, it's happening every day.
So if an employee succumbs to that, it could be a ransomware attack. It could be malware that gets introduced in the environment.
Any number of things.
It could be a number of things, right? So if you're a business and you haven't really done these things, where would you start? And if you start with the assess and test, once you've figured out what your current environment is, how quickly can you put a plan in place to check these other boxes here?
There's some timelines associated with this that are a little more lengthy because the time it takes to assess your environment and to train your people and those types of things. But 45 to 60 days, you should be able to implement an end-user security awareness training program, especially if you work with an MSP.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, folks. Stay tuned for next week. We're going to go deeper into mobility.